Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created this beautiful chopstick wallet purse from start to finish. So let's get started. I'm going to show you what you need, how to get this 3D texture, everything. Let's go. This is my way of doing it. I know people have many different ways. But this is my way, so I'm going to show you guys and the things you need. So this is what you'll need for the printout, which is this part here. You'll need copy paper or any type of paper. I like hammer mill. This is actually 80 pound, very sturdy. So, and I'll show you why in a second. Because when you cut this, you see this part here that the chopstick goes into? You want this paper to be sturdy so nothing rips. So this is the this is why I use 80 pound paper from hammer mill. This is really good for you're making coloring books too. And for this project I used just a white cardstock. This is a 100-pound cardstock from Basil cardstock. This color is marshmallow. You guys can see it. But any white cardstock, but just make sure it's a strong base. 80 pounds or higher, I would recommend. You don't want it to rip on you because this wallet has 3 pieces. So the base, the offset, the height of this pink holographic, and then this. And then the bow and this embellishment. So it can get heavy. You don't want the base to be weak and your paper will rip. Then the glitter cardstock I used to make this bow is this. This is by Coordination, but it's Coordinations. So it's white. Glitter cardstock is beautiful. It's easy to cut too. It's not too bad on the blade. And this is pink aluminum rose, it's called, pink foil. So this is 65 pound. This is what I use it. This is the back of this here. And pink glitter cardstock, which is what I used in the front here. This is this. So let's get started. These are all different ones that I use. You can use that, or you can even use paper. Like, so say you're making a Moana theme, you're making something, you can create it like this, for instance. This can replace this. Becomes a cute little Chanel purse, or if you're having a couture party, something like that. This will be great. So there are different ways you can embellish different. You don't necessarily need the bow. You can just put something like this. You can switch it around. It just all depends on how comfortable you are with your cutting machine. You do need a cutting machine for this. I am using my Cricut. Okay guys, so I bought this template and I've downloaded it to my computer. So now what I'm doing is just going into documents, and under here it's under Chopstick. So I'm going to click on it, hit open, see how it opens up to this, and then I hit continue. I do upload, and then it appears here in my Cricut design space. So from here, we are going to do all of our cutting, all of our decorating. That way, you know exactly what to do. So when you go into Cricut design space, this shows up already. It's already been measured, so you pull it up and it's measured already. You don't need measurements. You don't need to readjust any sizing. So you go here to ungroup. You have to ungroup this. Now, which I did, you see these cut lines, these score lines? You have to go over it in the bottom here in Cricut design space. Right here, it says attach. So you have to group this. You have to pull it together and then click attach. So now your score lines, sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Your score lines attached to the base. Same thing here. But this part here is tricky. So you have to be very careful when you're doing this. But I will show you how I do it. Now this here, is it comes as a cut file. So it'll cut here, it'll score here, cut here. So this is where you place your chopstick. This is a chopstick holder. So this part here is the base. This is where you're going to put your your text, basically. So let's just put happy birthday. I'm sorry, I'm not typing properly. Let's just put happy birthday, okay? And you want to put another bottom part. Thank you. Oh, sorry guys, I can't see my cameras in front of my my keyboard here. Thank you for coming. Exclamation period, whatever you want to put. Now I hit the bottom here because I want it to be very like just appeasing, I guess. So what I do is I actually create an offset. Now if you want to do print and cut, you go to print and cut, and that will give you a pattern. So now what you can do is, if you want, you can go to whatever you have saved your patterns in Cricut Design Space. You can click that on there and it changes this to a pattern. So now you can put that as is in there, like so, right? And if you want to, if you just want to make it smaller, larger, what I do, my trick is, in order to adjust, what I do is I create an offset. So this is offset. This is your best friend in Cricut. For me, I love offset and slice. But I do 0. I don't put an offset. I just do a background. I just copy and paste basically. So I hit offset. Now this gives me this. So when you have an offset, you're able to pull down, make it smaller, make it shorter. So you can always adjust without having to play with sizes and worrying about going up here and adjusting height and width. You can just go in here, use your offset to stretch it out, make it smaller, and that's how you create this. So what you want to do, this is how it looks. So you see how this is here. What you want to do is put it against. So when this folds, this part here, when it folds, you see how this opens up. So this is the bottom here. This is the top. So you want your, whatever you want to say, thank you for coming. The bottom, if you want the name on top, you put it at the top. And then when it closes like this. But when it opens like this. So you have to be mindful of placement, how you place your words, how you want your text to be seen, okay? So for me, I did it that way. But I'm going to delete that. Now for happy birthday. Now say you don't want to do a design, so you just go back to your choices over here and you hit basic. Basic will just give you colors. So I want to do a bright pink, right? And this is dull, so I go to advanced, and you see right here this bright purple. But if you come down a little, you see how it changes it. You can make it brighter, light, dull, lighter, and there you go. And so you can do your colors, and once you do it once, it'll save up here in your color frame. And what I want to do is create an offset again. So I put 0 and pull the text out, change that, delete the text. So now this allows me to go up here and place and play however I want to with this. I can make it larger, smaller. So that's my little trick of getting exactly how I want my wording, my letters to be. Now, the thing with this is when you go to cut, you have to be very careful, because when you cut, sometimes what happens, it will not create, the score line will disappear. So when you're cutting it, the score line will not show if you don't attach it properly. So for me, what I do is I go here and I click on the paper itself. So you see how this comes here? You click on the paper. What you want to do is ungroup it. So whenever you see this double square here, that means something is grouped. So you want to ungroup it. When you go to ungroup, you'll see here that this is the score mark. That's the body. So I go over here, and what I want to do is click on the word, click on the body. What I do is I hide the score mark to prevent anything from moving, to prevent it from moving. So what I do is I click on the text, and then click on the body of the Chopstick wallet, and I click on attach. Then I go back to the score mark that I hid. So, oh, sorry, I didn't realize it's not showing. So you see right here, it's hidden. I click on that little button right, this eye. It shows now. So what I'll do is I will hit, oh, sorry guys. Okay, so go back, let's go back. I made a boo-boo here. So you see how this is already pink and white. You don't need to do flat, you don't need to do attach. So you click on the text, click on the body, and you just hit flatten. You see this right here, flatten? Flatten will change something in your Cricut design space from print and cut to, from basic, like just cutting on your machine, to print and cut. So that's what flatten does. It changes something to print and cut. So you print it on your printer and you cut it on your machine. As opposed to basic, like this is a basic cut. I'm just going to cut that on Cricut and that's it. But this, you see how everything disappeared? Don't panic. What you want to do in order to see that is it's still there. And if you unflatten and you see how it disappeared, if you change the color, so you go back to basic, and you see how everything appears back, right? But what you want to do is click on the body, click on the word. Let's go back and click on the word and change it to the colors again that we want. So I want it to be the bright, any color is fine. This is just for tutorial purposes. So this, I will attach, I will flatten this, the words, that. I'll flatten it, okay? Don't think it disappeared. It didn't disappear. That's still there. So when you cut, it still cuts. It still cuts here, and it still gives you the score mark. You see that? I can show you guys. Let me show you. Hold on. Let's unflatten. So if I go back and I change this here to basic, you see how it's still there? It's just not showing when you're flattening it. So it goes, click on that. You can do each individually if you want. It's so much easier to just flatten all of it at once. And you do flatten. See, the whole is the cut open part is still there. This part here, all of it is still there. It's just not showing. But what you would want to do is send this backwards, and then you have to attach your score marks. So this is the important part now. So you have to go in here, group it together, and attach. Hit attach down here. This is attach. So now this creates your score mark. So when you cut it, it scores for you and it cuts for you. Now this particular template, you don't need a scoring tool. So these are scoring tools here. This is a score. This is a scoring tool from Cricut. And I think I have where's my pen? I have the scoring pen as well. If I can find it. I can't find it right now. But it's the scoring pen. This is the wheel. And then it comes with the, oh, it's right here. So this is the scoring pen. These are the two. Now with this one, when you put it in your Cricut machine, you have to switch out. So you have to switch this and put your blade in. But if you have a pen, you just place this pen into your Cricut machine. So your blade and your pen will be together, so side by side, so they switch without you having to physically change the blades. So, but this particular template it's amazing because it just comes over to your Cricut and you only need your blade, your fine point blade to cut it. It scores with the fine point blade and cuts with the fine point blade. So it's great. And that's basically, this is really the trickiest part. Now this here will be your decorative piece. Now if you're decorating it, if you're printing and cutting it, then you'll go ahead and do that. But if you're not, sorry guys, if you're not, then basic is fine. I embossed mine, so you see the embossing here gives it a 3D effect, and I use my scissors to do that. But if you're going to do a design, what you have to do is just click on this, go into print and cut, go into, it gives you color patterns, you go into patterns, and you just click on the pattern you would like. So this creates a pattern, and you just print. You will then print it and cut it on your Cricut machine or Silhouette. This template is made for Silhouette and Cricut. I'm a Cricut user. I don't know Silhouette, so I'm showing you Cricut. But this will print exactly like this. This will attach to this, and then these two will attach to, let me group it together, group it, and then this will attach to that. This will go on the inside of the body, and this will be on the outside. These two pieces here are these two pieces will go right here. So when you close it, it becomes a decorative piece. Now leave everything as is when you upload this file. You don't need to readjust anything. She's made it so perfect that you just upload, either cut it or decorate it however you want. And the bow, I always do 2 bows because it gives it that 3D effect. So this is what I mean. See how I cut 2 bows? I put a piece of foamy, and then it creates this. And that's basically the design part of it. And you just print and you cut it. If you're done here, you just print and cut. And I will show you guys how to assemble it, how I assemble it. And there are different ways. Everyone does it differently. This is what works for me. I'm sure so many people have this template and they do it differently. I've actually just created ways to make it easier for me. So I hope you guys like how I do it. If not, then do what works for you, okay? But I will next part I will assemble with you guys, okay? Okay guys, let's make the chopstick part. So these are the measurements I use for my chopstick wallet. For my chopstick. I will attach where I get my chopstick from I will link it down below. But what I do is I go into images, I go into shape, I grab a square, and my square is 1.87 by width and 1.99 by height. So this is what works for me, and this is the measurement I use for my chopstick, the chopstick that I buy. So, but I'll link everything down below, from the sticker paper I use, which is waterproof. I've used it since I've been in business. It's amazing. And you can use it for water bottles, anything. But I also use it for my chopstick. It's really easy to peel. It's vinyl sticker paper. I'll link it all down below. But if you're doing something like this, image-wise, like your print and cut, what you need to do is go up here, go to print and cut, click on there, pattern, and then you just enter your pattern that you want. Sorry, Cricut needs to fix that. This delete needs to go, because you can easily delete your image from your pattern because you're not paying attention, like me. But then I place this in here. It's small. Let me zoom it in. You see how this is showing here? This image is not transparent. So I'm going to go back up here, go to edit pattern, and then you can just adjust and readjust. There you go. See how it disappeared? But that's how I make my labels. And this will fit on the chopstick perfectly. This is the one I made for the chopstick. So let me see if I can find my chopstick here and show you guys. Here, this is it right here, see? And this will fit perfect too. But that's the measurement for chopstick. So the measurement again, it's 1.87 by width and 1.99 by height. This works great.
Okay guys, on to embossing. So I'm going to be embossing by the front of the Chopstick wallet embossing with this 3D embossing folder from Sizzix. And it using the Sizzix embossing so easy to work with, creates beautiful and this will give it a beautiful 3D placing effect. It in the folder, facing that I have in the front looking and I'm only using one. The image that I want on top comes with two. I will face the page because the folder itself is thick. And it creates this beautiful 3D effect that you can place. Okay guys, on to assembly. Here I am making the bows. I place a piece of foamy and place a second bow on top. That way it creates a 3D effect. That's what I mean by cutting two bows. I am using hot glue because I like to make sure everything's intact. I'm attaching my embellishment for the bow. I will link everything down below so you have everything that I use. Using Adtech adhesive roller tape to attach the smaller pieces. Make sure you're good with accuracy because there's no room for error when using this. It will not allow to make adjustments. Attach my chopstick sticker onto my chopstick. Here I am using the adhesive roller on the front of the chopstick wallet. I'm going to show you two methods, but this one, this particular one, you can't afford any mistakes. Like I said, there's no readjusting. The second method is I am using a liquid glue on the body. I love this one. It really helps. Usually I use barely arts, but with foil, now I'm going to attach the rest of it. If you use the back of liquid glue, it tends to and seep out and it makes it messy. So that's why I use the adhesive roller on the handle. Made it easier. And more neat now at the top. So now I'm using this is the body of the chopstick wallet that everything attaches to. We're making it for if you notice the score marks, that's make sure everything is the fine point blade on your Cricut. And that way I'm going to attach the inside of I used hot glue to attach the glitter to glitter. So notice everything cut. Remember what I was saying, don't panic because you don't see it. It can be tricky if you use certain glue. I'm using a brayer to for the hot glue. I noticed glitter works great to attach glitter. Make sure my score lines are really in there. And it's all I made sure my score lines are intact. Thank you so much for watching. Now I'm using Barely Arts glue. I love Barely Arts glue for cardstock and things like copy paper and stuff. It really holds it down and dries quickly. I will probably do a video on paper and glue, what to use, what not to use soon. It's trial and error, but I love Barely Arts glue, works great too. And attaching the handle part now. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, leave it down below. I will answer it. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate all the love. And I appreciate you guys watching. God bless. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, everyone.